day 5 of the BNP Paribas Open, and the competition warmed up in the blistering heat of the Californian desert. With 4 of the top 10 players in action, the day was filled with quality and intrigue, with some impending upsets to follow. Yesterday saw defending champion Flavia Pennetta making little work of her meeting against the home player Madison Brengel, whilst former champions Maria Sharapova and Ana Ivanovic also secured their spot to progress to round 3. With Serena Williams' emotional Indian Wells comeback match already behind her, all eyes once again turned to the American superstar as she stepped on court for the second time in 14 years. Her opponent making her tournament debut was Serena Diyas. Having had a strong start to the season with back-to-back qualifying appearances at Shenzhen and Hobart, the Kazakhstani was hopeful of a first-time impressionable visit. After evident signs of nervousness in her previous match, the world number 1 was sure to put all previous anxieties behind her, looking to return to her world-class form.
And the service has resumed.
The increased attention was of little concern to the 19-time Grand Slam champion, as she secured a double break, leaving the underdog struggling with the American's untouchable power.
Has she got that?
15-15.
In just 28 minutes, Serena took advantage of 2 set points.
Game first set.
What was all the opening set for Serena Williams.
The second set was a familiar story, Williams racing to a 4-love lead courtesy of her trademark power.
Williams.
Second serve ace and a 5th on the board.
The world number 1 continued her undefeated streak in 2015, dismissing the 21-year-old in just under 60 minutes.
Game, set, match, winning.
Sealed the deal here in this encounter. For the first time, she defeats Serena Diyas in straight sets.
The triumph marked her 694th victory and will now face Sloane Stephens as she continues her return to the Coachella Valley.
It's good to have everything under my belt, behind me, and just be able to have a focus today, and which is what I needed going up against a young player.
Earlier in the day, 7th seed Agnieszka Radwanska squared up against a resurgent Heather Watson. Reaching the 3rd round marks the Brit's best appearance in Indian Wells, having achieved a new career-high ranking of number 38 earlier in the year. It was the WTA rising star who held her nerve in the fiercely contested opening set.
Oh, that is just a fabulous point. Had a bit of everything in it. And the crowd here on Stadium 2 warming to this type of tennis.
18-time Grand Slam champion Martina Navratilova offered little solace to the world number 8 as Watson wrapped up the first set in fitting fashion.
Well, what a set of tennis from Heather Watson. Closes it out with an ace. And the 7th seed is in trouble.
The Brit has never beaten a top 10 opponent before, but some more big hitting early in the second made that look a distinct possibility.
Brilliant. Just a wonderful point from Watson.
Radwanska wilting in the heat as Watson powered through the set 6-4 to complete the upset and send last year's finalist crashing out.
It's the performance and the result of her young career. Heather Watson, for the first time, defeats a player ranked inside the world's top 10. Simply stunning.
Watson will now face 12th seed Carla Suarez Navarro in a bid to continue her 5th campaign at the BNP Paribas Open. Another top seed fell at the 3rd round phase. World number 9 Ekaterina Makarova lost to Timea Buczynski 3-6, 7-5, 6-4 the final score. Simona Halep has started 2015 in blistering form, with 2 titles to her name already and boasting a 15-2 win-loss record. The Romanian's latest opponent was Varvara Lepchenko, who lost in straight sets in their previous meeting at last year's Australian Open. And defending finalist Halep was quick to stamp her authority, a blinding down-the-line backhand proving too much for the world number 31.
That's amazing. Look at that. From being pushed down the line to hit a winner down the line, that's impressive.
But an unexpected role reversal was to ensue, the American responding immediately in the second, mirroring Halep's efforts from the previous.
That's just too good from Lepchenko.
Suddenly the contest was wide open. The rallies were growing in length and Halep was having to get increasingly imaginative, with Lepchenko serving for the set.
She's rewarded for a great fighting, great playing.
The match back on level terms, but Halep's ground strokes continuing to find their mark with unerring accuracy.
This is unreal.
Lepchenko had run out of steam, and the decider was as one-sided as it was in the first set.
And she does it! What an effort by the Romanian. Very inspiring performance by actually both players. Great fight. They left it all on the court. Such an example of how women's tennis is looking these days.
Elsewhere on court was a battle of the WTA rising stars as Karolina Pliskova and Garbine Muguruza met for the third time. Having prevailed over the Spaniard in Dubai last month, the 14th seed repeated proceedings with a 7-5, 6-4 victory. Tomorrow's matches sees the return of second seed Maria Sharapova as she takes on the resurging Victoria Azarenka, as she continues her impressive form following her injury last season. And home favourites Madison Keys and Coco Vandevey take on top 10 players Jelena Jankovic and Eugenie Bouchard for what's set to be another memorable day in the Golden State.